All we're going to do for this lesson is practice moving our fingers up and down one at a time. So let's start with the fingering for low G. That's when everything we've learned so far is down. Thumb in the back, 1, 2, 3, everything in your left hand, and then right hand, 1, 2, 3. Double check, make sure our fingers are covering those holes all the way, especially this third finger down in your right hand. Let's start on that low G just to make sure we can play it. So what I mean by moving fingers one at a time is just lifting each one up. So let's start with just the right hand. Without playing, look at it. We have those 3 fingers down. Just try to lift your third finger up and down. Now let's try to play exactly what you tried without playing. Keep the air blowing and moving through the instrument the entire time. Try it again. All I'm doing to change sounds is lifting up that finger and putting it back down. Now let's try lifting that third finger up and then lifting your second finger up. You'll hear another new sound. Try it again. And if we lift up the last one so that nothing in our right hand is down, we get a different note again. Try that with me, starting on low G, lift up a finger, lift up the next finger, lift up the next one, until only your left hand is holding notes down. Now let's try to go backwards. Start with your left hand only, and then we're going to add just the first finger in your right hand. Try that without playing first. Now we'll try it while playing. So now we'll start on that sound and add only the second finger. Lift it up and do it again. Now we'll start with left hand all down, 1 and 2 in your right hand, and then lift up the third finger, kind of like we already did earlier. Let's go back with only your left hand, and we're going to add 1 finger down at a time. Try it with me. Now, if you're getting a sound that sounds really thin or like nothing is coming out at all, that might mean you have too little mouthpiece in your mouth. Or it could also mean that one or a couple of your fingers aren't covering the holes all the way. It might sound like this. And it'll get so hard to get a sound out that you might not even get one at all. All that means is use a lot of air and make sure those fingers are covering those holes all the way. Now that we worked with the right hand a little bit, let's work with the left hand. So we're going to start without the right hand down at all. Your thumb still stays under that thumb rest though to help support the instrument's weight. We're going to start with our thumb, 1, 2, 3 fingers all down. And then let's practice just lifting up the third finger in your left hand. Lift it up and put it back down a few times. Now let's see if we can lift that third finger up and then lift the second finger up. Try that again. Let's start there and then add the second finger and then add the third finger. Again. And again, if you're getting a really weak sound, that probably means that we have a finger or two somewhere that are not covering the holes all the way down. Always double check that. Let's start with our left hand all down again, and we're going to go up one more time. When we have that note where just your thumb and just your first finger are down, to get to the next sound, all we have to do is lift our first finger off. Your thumb stays pushing this thumb key down. Try that. And then finally, the last note that we're going to learn now is the first note that we already learned. Take your thumb off so your left hand isn't holding the instrument, and make sure your right hand is still pushing down all three keys. So as soon as that thumb comes off of the left hand, your right hand has to push those three keys down. That could be a little tricky at first, but work on it for a few minutes and you'll get it. So the more you work on this, the easier it's going to get and the more flexible your fingers are going to get. Go show someone at home and show them those notes. You can practice going from the highest one, that G, all the way down to low G. And all I'm doing is adding a finger, add a finger, add a finger, add a finger. You can do the opposite and lift up a finger. And you can keep working on it and eventually we'll start making up songs.